For this week's Word of the Week, we are doing a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Demonstrative pronouns. Let's take a look. Hutos is the demonstrative pronoun for this, and ekainos is the demonstrative pronoun for that. When we get into plurals, we go into these and those. And what do demonstrative pronouns do? They differentiate between what is near and what is far. So if I have something close to me, I have this piece of paper versus that piece of paper over there. So one is near and one is far. It's about proximity and remoteness. The way we use demonstrative pronouns is highly dependent on the perspective of the speaker or the writer for us to understand how it's being used. It can be used as an adjective, like this man versus that woman, or these kids versus those kids. And usually when it's used as an adjective, it will have modifying a noun. It will have the article on the noun. The noun will have the article, and it'll be modified by this demonstrative pronoun. It can also be used as a substantive in place of a noun or in place of a personal pronoun. So let's start out looking at proximity. This is in Matthew chapter 8, verse 27. This is the ESV with the Koine supplied. This is Jesus after he has calmed the raging storm on the sea. And it says, "And the men marveled, saying, 'What sort of man is this, that even winds and sea obey him?'" And here, this is hutos, and literally it is potopos estin hutos. What sort is this? This what? This man. So the ESV says, what sort of man is this? Because it's talking about a man. But literally, when Matthew writes it, it is, what sort is this one, this person, this man? We have to supply that because it's a substantive in place of a noun. Let's take a look at remoteness. The remoteness example is also in Matthew 13:11. "And he answered them, 'To you it has been given to know the secrets of the kingdom of heaven, but to them, ekainos, it has not been given.'" So literally, he says, to you, humein, to you plural, it's been given to know the secret. But to those, ekainos, it has not been given. So the last example we're going to look at uses both in the same sentence, both near and far, proximity and remoteness. And this is in James chapter 4, verse 15. And James is talking about, swearing and pledging. And he says here in verse 15, "Instead, you ought to say, 'If the Lord wills, we will live and do this, tuto, or that, ekaino.'" So whatever these things are, see, for James, it doesn't make a difference in his example. Instead of you declaring what you're going to do, you say, if the Lord wills it and we'll live to do either this or that. We'll do some of that and some of this and some of that. The this and the that don't matter for his example. He says, whatever it is that you're doing, the important part is to acknowledge that it's only possible if the Lord wills it. If the Lord wills, we will live to do this and to do that. So he uses the substantive demonstrative pronouns in place of nouns because for his example, the specifics of the nouns would muddy up the waters. He's not only limiting it to any specific, he's saying whatever it is that you do, whether it be this or that, you should be looking at it from the standpoint of if the Lord wills it, we'll live to do those things. So hutos, this, these, ekainos, that, those, far and near and far, proximity and remoteness, Very useful pronouns, and that's why they are our words of the week, hutos and ekainos. Thanks for watching, and until next time, Kars Kai Arena Humine, grace and peace to you.